So I've been to hot yoga at the Y, and I've been going quite a bit, and I just kind of had something happen to me. Just kind of had a breakthrough. Like I've just been basically breathing as deeply as I can in and out, and just as heavy as I can, counting as deeply as I can, and doing this heavy yoga in the it was 105. Anyway, at times like the lights would go dim, dude. It's crazy. Like it's just like I would do a mountain, like a big tall mountain pose, and it would just it would get dark. It was crazy. So anyway, so it's nuts. So I kind of had a breakthrough just leaving and just being maybe hyper oxygenated or whatever. So like I've been, I kind of like consume esoteric material. I would like read a lot. I don't know, man. I'm a reader, and I'll look at stuff online and watch documentaries and things. And so anyway, I've just been thinking about how like all these parts of your body, like they correspond to like the things that you do, and like every split second you make a decision, a conscious decision. Like you breathe in and you make a decision about something. You have some kind of thought comes into your mind, and you exhale and you do an action. You are gonna just do something with that exhale. Something. And so if it's with regard to your feet, you're taking a deep breath in, and you're gonna think about what you're gonna do next. Maybe it's the next hour, or maybe it's the next day, or the next year, or 5 years, or 20. And you're gonna think about what steps are you gonna take, where are you gonna walk to, and what are you gonna do with those feet of yours? Where are you gonna walk? Where are you walking? Tell me, like, make a comment and tell me where you're walking. Like, where are you walking to in 10 years, dude? Where are you going to use those feet and travel to and hike? What mountain are you going to hike up? What are you going to run? How many bikes are you going to ride, brother and sister? Man. I'm trying not to pass out. Okay. So your groins area and your man and your woman parts, like, you gotta be in control of that stuff. You can't just be flopping those things around all over the place. Like those are called privates. Like they're yours and they're sacred. Like it's very, very special. Like that's Mercury, yo. That's what gives you vitality. So you got to use it appropriately. That's all I'm saying. Be conscious about it. Like, be conscious about what you're doing with your junk. Alright? So this one's super important. Your belly, so you got to be conscious and alert and attention. You got to pay attention to your gut. Like your belly. What's going on? What are you eating? And this is where I really struggle, and I know obviously everybody struggles with this, but I feel like our whole food system is set up to where it's just almost literally possible to eat really healthy and it be affordable, and to consume materials that should be worth consuming. Like, why don't we have organizations where we are able to feed each other and have co-op together within our communities and just feed each other? I mean, we have technologies now like aquaponics and all these amazing, incredible technologies. Why can we not cooperate together? And similar to how people tithe at church, they'll support organizations that have to deal with their spirituality, and we'll get to that. But why don't we support organizations that feed people that are less fortunate? Let's use Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Backfeed.cc. That's a crypto organization that funds projects. And let's do co-ops to feed people. I mean, people gotta eat. And everything is poison. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably annoying to everybody, and I feel like something's wrong with me, to be honest. But I can't stop thinking about this stuff. Like, everything I eat and everything everybody eats is like almost poison. And like, restaurants are sucked into the system because of all legal requirements and just X, Y, and Z control over monopolization over commodities. That's what it comes down to. And in one way or another, whether it's state enforcement or corporate, just extinguishing of one's ability to make any kind of effort to. And I'm not saying, listen, I'm so grateful for what we have. Okay, like, I love the food that we have to eat. Like, I'm so thankful for food, and so thankful for the opportunity to fellowship at restaurants. Okay, and like, hang out. That's not what I'm saying. And I think fellowship recharges like other parts of your body, right? So that's not what I'm saying. Fellowship is like so important, because what conversations are you having across your dinner table, right? So anyway, let's talk about that. So like, your belly, super important. How are you feeding yourself, and what's the method of the food process of things that you're eating? So you got your feet so far, your groin area, your gut, right? So your gut, and you've got, which is super important again. And I think of like also your guts, like at the upper, this kind of part of your gut, where you gotta have this thing go up, right? Like your power, dude, your power, your power. Like, where's your power coming from, dude? Right there. I'm crazy, y'all. I'm crazy. But yeah, right there. So that's integrity. That's your heart. That's not your heart. Excuse me. That's next. Your heart's. Your gut, dude. Oh, have some guts, yo. Have some guts. We gotta have some guts. Damn it. Ah! Why don't we have guts? Ah! Guys. So, recapping. Where are you going with your feet? For those who just joined us. What are you going to do? You tell me. Where are you going with your feet? What are you doing with your feet? What are you doing with your privates, right? That's got to be healthy. You got to pay attention to that shit. Like, pay attention to it. Men and women, brothers and sisters. My God, I'm nuts. And then what are you doing with your stomach? What kind of food are you eating? You know? Where's it coming from? What kind of farm is that? What did they spray on that? Yeah, they preserved it, and we can have food in grocery stores for weeks and weeks. That's awesome. But man, we gotta think about that stuff. Why can't we grow food in the winter right where we're at? Why does it have to be something that we oh man, we gotta spray it with this stuff and leave it in this grocery store? No, we need to grow fresh food year round all the time. Duh. Duh. What's wrong with us? We're like the type 0 civilization. Why are we not type 1? Why do we not use this technology and cooperate together and like just build stuff together and like feed each other? Okay, so that's that whole point. Food is super important. God, I just can't even talk about food without freaking out. Because it's so expensive. Like, why do I have to pay so much just to eat? Okay. You should feel that way about food. Like, it should piss you off. Like, piss you off to no end. We're fed poison. You should know it. And I just keep it to myself. There's like no good food options over in the sustainable food options. I have to be clear, like, everything tastes good and everything is like good. Like, it makes us feel good. But it has to really be good, true, and beautiful. Like, that's kind of a criteria thing. Like, it has to help people like at an individual level, and it has to help people at a collective level. And it has to be inwardly beautiful, good, and true. And it has to be like expressfully good and true and beautiful, like at an individual level and a collective level. It has to be. And so organizations are just not that now. Like, that's not who we are as a society. And yeah, so let's keep going. So we gotta have some guts to do something about this. My God, we look for saviors. Be your own savior. Like, why why do we have to vote for people to do stuff? Like, just do it. Just start an organization and do it. And I'm saying this to myself, guys, like, I'm just having a freak out. Like, why can't we just live, like, and love one another and do stuff that helps people? I mean, I have, like, I've basically lived my life, like, trying to have something for myself that I love to do, that I'm passionate about. And, like, and so many of you that are my friends, I love you so much, that you inspire me so much, because you do the things for a living that you love and that you're passionate about. And that's what makes me really happy to see. And so, why can't we all do things that we're passionate about? And why do people have to hate their jobs? And, like, you know, it's because things just inherently aren't right and are set up to not be right. And we shouldn't have to work so hard just to feed ourselves and to have a house. We should work really hard to have extra money to, like, buy cool music instruments and stuff, right? So that make art. Like, we should have jobs so that we can make art better. Like, man, I could spend so much money on all kinds of different kinds of artifice. Artifice, bro. Make an artifice. My sister, artifice. Okay. Those of you who are joining, right? I'm talking about how you got to take care of your feet. You got to think about these different parts of your body and how you're doing it to build a kingdom. Like, to uplift people. I say a kingdom or a queendom, whatever you want to call it. We got to build things that help people. And what are you doing about it? And why can't we cooperate together and do it? So anyway, what are you doing with your feet? Where are you going to travel with your feet? And what are you going to experience with your feet? Where are you going to go? How many bikes are you going to ride, bro? And and okay, so then your man and woman parts, what are you doing? Are you paying attention to what you're doing with your man and your woman parts? That's vital to your health. And if you misuse those things, then you'll live kind of a bad life, right? Okay, and your gut, hugely important. Our food systems, although they supply us with bountiful amount of food, it's not sustainable food. Our systems are not sustainable in the long run. And it's just a fact. There's no way that you can look at it otherwise. It's just a fact. And we're getting more and more people. So we've got to cooperate together and collaborate. We can even use cryptocurrencies and just fun projects that uplift our communities around us. The same way that people tithe at churches and provide lots of money and charity to other organizations. We need to basically make our challenges obsolete. Like, the system we have now is really good at making products obsolete that you need. Haha! Like, we live on obsolescence, like, right now we're making obsolete the things that we really need to survive and to live and thrive in this environment. But we need to be making obsolete the problems that we have and the challenges and, like, the needs that we have for food and how hard we have to work just for a place to live and food. Basic things. You have to work so hard just to have nice things. So, okay. Sorry, I'm sidetracked. Your gut, driving in my neighborhood. You probably know where I live now. Your feet, your groin area, man parts, your gut. Sorry, I'm slowing down now, right? Your power center in your gut, like your integrity. What kind of integrity do you have? What kind of integrity do you have, man? Sister, what kind of integrity do you have? You gotta have guts, man. You gotta say things that help people. Okay? So now let's go to your heart. Where's your compassion? You know, this is really where the church should come in and where religion should come in. And the things of the heart. So for those who are joining, you know, talking about your feet. Where are you going with your feet? What are you going to see and do with your feet? How are you managing your man and your woman parts? Your man and your woman parts. What you doing with that stuff? Are you paying attention to to what you're doing with it? Is it important to you that you have integrity with that? Okay, what are you doing with your guts and your food? What are you eating? What kind of integrity do you have with your food? And what kind of systems are you supporting with your food? And does it have integrity? Okay, so your guts, like your power center, your guts integrity like that, your heart, where are you giving compassionately to people? How are you serving people? So I'm asking you this, but like, if anybody sees this, like, tell me how you're serving people. Like, I've decided, like, I need to just get on here and say, like, tell me what you guys are doing with this, and let's do it together, and let's figure out this thing. How are you, where are you walking? How are you paying attention to your man and woman parts? How are you managing what you're eating? Tell me about your integrities in your gut, part of your guts. Tell me about your heart. What are you doing with your heart? How are you giving to people and serving people? How are you showing compassion to people? Okay? Tell me about, now, this is one of my favorite things. As I think as our generation is a millennial, because we were just using this technology. How are you using your throat, dude? And my sisters, how are you using your throat? Man, we don't say good things to each other. Like, nobody has anything good to say about anything. And I'm like, I just want to be quiet about stuff I don't even want to say, because I have bad stuff to say about stuff all the time. But we live in a culture where it's like just encouraged. Everybody's gonna say something bad about somebody and like put something sucks. Like, everybody's talking about something sucks. Well, we live in, so what about this death cult that we uplift? We uplift a death cult with our words. I mean, anyway, I'm not going to get political. I'm not going to go there because I don't know what's going on with that regards with people. But we just support death cults, man. That's what we live in, a culture where we support death cults with our voice, with the things that we express. Hey, I'm back, I think. Let's switching over to Wi-Fi. Okay. So, what are you doing with your feet? Where are you traveling to? What are you doing with your man and woman parts? What do you got to pay attention to that stuff, because it's dangerous if you don't. It's powerful. It's awesome to have integrity with that regards. Okay, and then your food. What are you eating? Kind of how are you collaborating with people to feed as many people as you can? Why are we not a type 1 civilization where we don't have to struggle day in and day out continuously to just work hard enough just to eat? And you can't even buy good foods. You can't even buy good foods with how much you work. Just about anybody. I mean, it's really expensive to eat good. Why don't we have co-ops that make that cheap? And like, why can't we use cryptocurrencies and work together and collaborate together? And, people can say whatever they want to politically about this, but I'm saying that we got to be saviors in our own communities. Forget whatever labels you're going to call anything. Don't put a label on it. Just, we got to collaborate together and help our communities in one way or another. My God, we've got to start nonprofit organizations, whatever we got to do to cooperate together and collaborate. Use the open source of the internet and just collaborate together and build co-ops that have, so it's a open source platform on the internet that uses digital cryptocurrencies, and you're gonna research and develop whatever project it is on there, and then you're gonna have a co-op that uplifts people, period. It doesn't matter what project it is. It could be an aquaponics, vertical gardening thing. I'm talking about mentorship programs. So let's talk about your throat. Again, what are you saying? I feel like the words that I use in every day are meaningless, and like I can't even talk. I can't even express myself to anybody because everything is nuts, and that's all I want to tell them about. And overall, I mean, I'm so happy with my life. See, it's so blessed. If I just tuning in, so blessed. But how are you using your throat? What are you saying to uplift people and to help people? How are you collaborating with people? How are you collaborating with people around you to make other people's lives better? And in that process, when you build community, you're uplifting yourself. and everybody around you. So how am I going to use my throat this year? Tell me, how am I going to use my throat? Come on, I've got to think this through. How am I going to use my throat? How am I going to use my heart? How am I going to use my stomach? How am I going to use my integrity, my guts? How am I going to use my man-woman parts effectively? How am I going to use my feet to change things and make people better people? Okay? Alright? I know it's craziness. It's just crazy that I'm talking about this stuff. Go back and watch, guys. I don't know, I'm having just a crazy spurt. Sorry. So, your feet, your man and woman parts, your stomach, how good of the food are you eating? What are you caring for? Attention are you having to that? Your integrity in your gut, your heart. What are you giving to and being compassionate with? Who are you serving and who are you helping? And I fail at this so badly, and it hurts, and that's what makes us tearful, and that's what makes us emotional and hurt, because it's so hard to love people, really love them. We have to work so hard to feed ourselves, guys, and to get just housing that we can't serve people. We can't use our hearts like we should, man. And woman and brother and sister, we can't use our hearts because we can't even feed ourselves with our own money. We barely feed ourselves healthily. Or whatever. Sustainably, certainly not. Okay. And your throat. Guys. Anyway, thinking about my throat, just how powerful this breathing exercise is that I've done. So basically, when I use my voice effectively, right, I'm talking and I'm breathing. I'm pushing air out and telling everyone exactly what I have to say. And I breathe in as deeply as I can, and I hold it as long as I can. So your throat's super important. What you say, how do you use in this throat? What kind words are you using to people? Okay? And then your head, what thoughts are you having, brother and sister? What thoughts are you having? Your thoughts are super powerful. I've had a conversation with many people. This is something that I just cannot have. I'm basically getting where everybody that I meet, I'm just can't shut up. And it's crazy. I don't know what's going on with me. I feel nuts. But I just can't be quiet about this stuff anymore. We're at a point in our civilization where things are just so satisfying and yet not sustainable. Right. Satisfying, yet it's not sustainable. And we need to make all of our challenges now obsolete. So what are we thinking about, guys? If you're thinking about politics all the time, you're stuck in an illusion. If that's really what's on your mind a lot, and you're listening to even NPR, and you're just obsessing over this guy, whoever it is, or this lady, whoever it is, you're obsessing over these people, these saviors, or antichrists, whatever, right? You're obsessing over these people, these politicians that have no, they're out just to be reelected and to appease an establishment, this system, this matrix. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm done. I guess this is it. I guess I'm done being quiet now. Wow. Man. So I've crossed the Rubicon, I guess, as they say. I can't be quiet anymore. I don't want to be a slave anymore to controlling my thoughts and self-policing, because that's where we are. So if we we use our thoughts moment to moment. This is one of the most important pieces, right? This is the computer of it all. Yeah. So you're thinking ahead how you're best planning the most sustainable, most responsible ways that you could use your feet, the most responsible and sustainable and good and true and beautiful ways that you would feet in your man and your woman parts. way that you would be compassionately feeling about food and how you get food. Again, we're type 0 civilization. Why are we not a type 1 civilization with regards to food? Why can we not feed ourselves? Right? Co-ops, cryptocurrencies. Just laying out my mind to you guys, right? And your integrities, your guts. Why are you fearless? Are you fearless? And we're not fearless, right? We're not fearless. We're very fearful. And we can't say what we want to say. Because we live in a prison. Wow. Okay. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? How are we going to escape this prison? How are we going to get to a type 1 civilization? Because it's not in the political establishment, and it's not supporting these corporations that you've known about since you were born. That's for sure. That's for sure. I mean, if we wait around for the establishment to do something, it's not going to happen. I mean, technology is amazing, and again, I feel so blessed to have the life that I have and have. I feel like we're at the cusp of something incredible, guys, because we're so blessed right now that we've never been so blessed before, ever. In civilization, we've never been so blessed. We've never had this opportunity to even think about this stuff. Dude, we've been bowing to kings before the throne and altar forever. We've been bowing to the throne and altar forever. So you be the throne. You be the sacrifice in your community. You're the altar and you're the throne. And you don't take anything from those who are going to just bring down your spirit. And that's what it's about. It's about your spirit, man. It's your spirit. It's this part. This is like a spiritual warfare that we're in, man. Like, honestly, this is the Matrix. That's the Matrix that we can't control. If, talking about, we got to push into our ability to control time. And so when I mean by controlling time, that means, what are you doing with your feet in 10 minutes, an hour, in a year, in 20 years? What are you doing with your stomach? What are you doing with your stomach in 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 years, whatever? What are you doing with your integrity? Are you fearless? Are you going to say the things that need to be said? Are you going to be a quote-unquote annoyance? Because I feel like that's all I am. I'm an annoyance. I'm the thorn in the side. I am the thorn in the side to the throne and altar. Are you going to say what needs to be said? Are you going to have compassion with people and love them and serve them and help them however you can? Are you going to put your hands out and give how you can give? Right? Are you going to have heart? Are you going to have some emotion about your life? Have some emotion about your life. Feel it in your heart, and that you take a deep breath in and you hold that in your heart and you feel if your compassion is where it needs to be and your love is where it needs to be to other people. Do you love other people? Do you really love other people? Do you really, really love other people? I'm talking to myself. Not preaching. I'm just saying what I'm trying to. I don't know. I've just, for those who are tuning in, had some kind of a break. And I love my life, and I'm so happy with my occupation and what I do. And I'm not saying anything about that. But I'm saying as a civilization, we've got to do better. And I'm thinking that it starts with the individual. So these thoughts have to take place in your mind and in your very spiritual personhood. Like, who you aspire to be. I mean, my spirit is just like my dreams and like what I have a vision for. and my ability to control time. Like, gosh, guys, playing music has been the biggest blessing, because I say, we've got to control time, guys. We're timekeepers. We're the keepers of the time. Like, I say this every single day in my music classes to people. And, man, we're keepers of the time. Duh. What are you doing with your feet in the next 5 years? What are you doing with your stomach in the next 5 years? What are you doing with your man and your woman parts in the next 5 years? What are you doing with your food? What are you doing with your integrity? What are you doing with your art and your passion? What are you doing with your throat? What are you saying to people? Are you making art? Are you using this to vibrate frequencies that uplift people, dude? And my sister, are you using this right? In this? You using your throat right? And are you controlling your thoughts, man? Oh my God. I'm just, I think so badly of myself, and I just tell myself, like, dude, you're nuts. You're a freak. And I tell myself this, but I shouldn't. Like, I'm not crazy. Like, I feel like I'm not crazy, dude. I have these intuitions, and I'm thinking about a vision for this co-op. This is like the things that I study in school. I just can't help but think about it. And I see the problems of before me for my brothers and my sisters, and I say that we can do better, and like, we just don't. We just will not. And like, I have to do it. I just have to do it. And I can't stop anymore. I've started this now, like a cat's out of the bag, like I just can't stop. So how are you thinking about your thoughts and planning ahead and controlling time? Controlling time. Music is just like the metaphor for this. Music is like the artifice metaphor for this. I mean, you're controlling time, but that's your everyday life, dude. What steps are you taking? What food are you eating? What integrities do you have? What heart do you have? What throat do you have? Where are your thoughts? And what kind of a spirit do you have? Where's your vision, man? You are not your job. You are not your name. You are not this artificial person. You're more than that. You are more than that. You are more than that. This is not all there is. This is not all there is, working day in and day out to just eat. I get paid to teach people to stay in time, to teach kids to stay in time and in rhythm and push frequency. Push frequency. I'm paid to do that, and it's hitting me hard, dude. This metaphor is hitting too hard. Okay. How are you keeping time with all these different areas of your body? I've got a meeting soon, and I gotta go. So, I love you guys. Please leave me comments. I don't know any of you, really, like nobody, and none of us talk, and I love every one of you. I love every one of you, and I don't know any of you. And so tell me what your dreams are, dude. Tell me what you want to do. What are you going to do with your feet? Just one of the things. Like, choose one of the things. I think at best in our civilization, all we can think about is like one good thing that we're going to do in our future. Oh, I'm going to start eating right. I'm going to start running more. I'm going to climb this mountain. I am going to, it's like I was asked, well, like, why are you working out, dude? Why are you training for something? Like, you going to do this event? Like, why? Why are you playing in a band right now? Like, why are you trying to start a band and just, you're spending all this time, dude. Why are you spending all of this time on this band? That's not gonna, why would you do that, right? What are you spending your time on, man? I'm just got visions, and I just want to do things with these visions. Like, I just want to make art. I want to use my voice in the next 5 years. I want to do something with it. I want to use my heart. I want to be able to give to people in the next 5 years. I want to eat better, like as good as I can eat, and support localized my local, sustainable, localized food economy. That's what I want to support. My food, and just, if I eat meat, then I'm going to eat the best meat, and that's the happiest, sweetest little animals that there was. But I'm local. Even the grocery store, dude, it's all poison. Okay. Whatever, sorry, sidetracked. But I need to be this guy, guys. I need to be this person. And this is who I have to be. Otherwise, I'm just going to go crazy. Like, I'm just going to shut up and shut down and not say this again. Like, either I'm doing this or you're never going to see anything like this again from me. That's it. And I'm so happy with my occupation that I get to tell people how to stay in time. How are you using your time? When people talk about, like, we got to ascend or whatever we're doing, whatever this is about, man, I don't even know. People have so many different views about religion and everything. It's hard to scrape through that and see, like, but just how are you controlling time? How are you gonna take an ascending path and a descending path? How are you gonna bring it back down to people and uplift people? And how are you gonna take your individual personhood up and just be the person that you are supposed to be? How are you going to be the person that you're supposed to be? How are you going to be the person that you're supposed to be? How are you going to do it? Tell me, please, and tell each other and love each other. You people that have joined in, all of you, I see this. I see it, and I love you. And it means so much to me that you just joined and, like, hung on with whatever this is. Like, me having some kind of an emotional situation. Like, I just love you and thank you for that. And so, be with me and, like, think about me and, like, help me somehow. Like, just be thinking about me, I guess. I just love you so much, and I hope you have the best life and the best day and the best, like, everything. I just wish the best for you. I love you. Bye.